Tonight, our special guest is the producer and host of a new show here at MCTV called Quarantine Quiz Show. Please welcome Matt Carpenter.
Come on, Tyler.
How's it going, Matt?
Glad to be here.
Awesome. I'm sorry I crashed your show the other day, Matt.
It's whatever, it happens.
Yeah. I apologies. I'm just glad that Studio A is back now. Well, to start off this interview, I'm just going to ask you some questions. The first of which are, what is Quarantine Quiz Show, for those that don't know?
Yeah, so Quarantine Quiz Show, for those that don't know, can go check it out at the same channel that they find Studio A on. But Quarantine Quiz Show is a virtual quiz game show that we run here through MCTV. We ask contestants questions from 6 categories. They compete for points, and ultimately they don't win a prize except pride and the title.
I've actually won an episode before, so
yeah,
it's pretty good. I have some pride. What inspired you to produce this show?
So I've been watching a lot of Jeopardy, especially at when the pandemic started, and I saw a lot of these Zoom shows going on. You got like John Krasinski's Some Good News, Josh Gad's Reunited Apart. You know, people are using Zoom as kind of this medium. And I thought it'd be kind of a cool idea to do, a game show based on, using that kind of platform. And it was something I wanted to do kind of at the end of the school year during the summer, and I just never got around to it. When I came to MCTV, I heard that they were looking for more shows and figured it was like the right resources to use it, and here we are. So,
Matt, what was it like coming up with the rules for the game? What was your process like?
Yeah, so it started actually at the end of high school after our lockdown. A lot of our senior events were canceled. So what I did is I ran through the school a big virtual trivia night. We had 3 trivia nights, and it was like a big Google Meet, and ran like a trivia Kahoot. And in making those, we needed categories for questions, and so I pulled those mostly from Trivial Pursuit. Just kind of use the same categories. It was something that was predetermined. It was already there. So that's kind of the basis for then when I decided I wanted to do something pre-recorded. It's like, okay, I can use this format and take these categories. But then I figured, okay, we need some sort of point system and rounds. And so that's where kind of the idea of like the Family Feud-esque, you ask one person a question at a time, and then the next person can steal it. That came into play. And then I kind of pulled from Jeopardy for the end there, the wager round. I mean, you've been on the show, but we do kind of a 3-stage wager round. It was, instead of Jeopardy does their one final Jeopardy, we kind of do that 3 times over. But it's just kind of everything here and there from pre-existing trivia board games and game shows.
Well, awesome. It sounds like a really fun time. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of people just like waiting to become contestants after this interview is released. Which leads me to my next question. How does one become a contestant on Quarantine Quiz Show?
Great transition and a great question. You can DM me on Instagram at mcarpenter7902 or the MCTV account at MCTV Marist. Either one, you send us a message, you reach out to us. You don't have to be an MCTV member. You just reach out to one of us, and we'll get you on. Any Red Fox that wants to be on, we're happy to have you.
Awesome. All right. Final question. When is Quarantine Quiz Show recorded?
We record every other Tuesday here in Studio A. No desk, no chair. We just get our little table in. I set my computer up, and I talk to my contestants on my Zoom call, and that's how it goes.
Awesome. Well, sounds like a great time. Matt, thank you so much for coming over here tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's been a great time, and thank you for being an awesome contestant.
Thank you for being an awesome guest. All right, everyone. That concludes my fabulous interview with the one and only Matt Carpenter. Stay tuned for more goodness to come.